Hi, everybody. Happy new month. I hope the month is productive and we are able to accomplish all our goals this month. Okay. Now, there's this two particular Tradwives who have got people talking after coming online and explaining how to, number one, get a princess treatment and also explaining why they wear day collars. Take a look.
I'm a Tradwife and I wear a day collar. Now both of those things are controversial, so let me tell you about it a little bit. I respect my man's lead. He provides, he protects, he puts our best interests first. I could ask that man for anything and he would go to the ends of the earth just to get it for me, and if he can't, he's gonna make it. My day collar is a daily sign of submission for us. It is a deeper level of connection than a wedding ring. It's an outside of the bedroom type of thing. I know that I can count on him for absolutely anything.
Let's talk about princess treatment if you're at a restaurant and how you interact with the waitstaff and the hostess. If I am at a restaurant with my husband, I do not talk to the hostess, I do not open any doors, and I do not order my own food. So you're just gonna stand in the lobby or whatever the space is, and you're gonna wait for your husband to come back. You're not gonna go up to the hostess and give the reservation name. You're not gonna talk to her. This isn't out of like a, I'm better than them and I don't need to talk to them and I don't need to, I'm not like a, it's not in any sense like you're better than the hostess. You're just letting your husband lead and be masculine. He made the reservation. He's taking you out. Let him do the logistics. You're just being a princess. It's not because you're being hoity-toity. You're just letting your husband lead and letting him take care of it.
Yeah. Now, this has got a lot of people talking, all right? Because for most people, it's like, why is this online? If your duty is to be seen and not heard and you are in that role and you are enjoying it, why are you putting things like this online? To be honest, I don't have any problem. What you decide to do in your relationship and your marriage, that's up to you. Okay, you are an adult and you can decide what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, if that works for you, then that's fine. My only issue is when these things do come online. There are younger women who are seeing this, younger women who probably don't know any better. Men who are predators may see this and think, oh, this is how, if this woman can do it, why can't you? Okay. Or women who are maybe in abusive situations may be forced to get into things like this because you are posting it and normalizing it. All right. And I know they are talking about their own situations and everybody is allowed to, put whatever they want to put out there. But that anytime I see videos like this, I'm like, maybe you should keep it to yourself. But then again, I don't know. Maybe it's a cry for help. Okay. Maybe they are documenting some of the things that are happening in their lives and they want people to see it, maybe when it's online and relatives and friends see how these husbands of theirs treat them, maybe they are going to come in to rescue them. I don't know the mindset behind it. I'm just a bit, these are the thoughts that crossed my mind when I saw the videos, but I can't shake the part about what if younger women see this? What if men who want women to be in these positions see this and force these things onto their girlfriends and wives? That's my only issue, okay? But hey, I'm not going to talk too much. Let's get into what people had to say and leave your own thoughts and opinions about all of this in the comment section. Thank you.
Hi guys, I want to share with you guys the top 5 things that I do in order to stay in my feminine energy and keep me in my feminine energy at all times. Number 1, I don't walk. Walking is such a masculine motion, like you're stomping on the ground. Like that takes you out of your feminine energy. I refuse to walk. I'm actually in the process of getting my legs removed because I do see them as more of a decoration than a tool for me to use to get around. So basically what I do is I just sit down and wait for a masculine man to come and carry me wherever I need to go. So number 2, I don't chew. Chewing is so aggressive. Like the jaw labor, that's a masculine activity. That's a masculine sport. My mouth is just for smiling, not to grind. So basically that's what I do. And whenever I get hungry, I just put the food in my mouth and I blink until a masculine guy comes up to me and asks if I need help, and that's when I give him the food to chew and digest for me. So I don't remember because I'm feminine, but I don't pay attention because awareness is effort and effort is masculine. I prefer to be in my soft girl feminine energy. So like when people ask me what have I been up to, how is life, I literally don't know because I have not thought or think of anything since 2003. And if a man doesn't come and guide me, I will literally float into traffic. Number 4, I don't talk in full sentence because grammar is assertive and speaking properly is structured and goal-oriented, and that's a masculine thing. So I prefer to communicate in giggles. And a masculine energy understands that, and I let him finish my sentence for me because That way I'm forever in my feminine energy and never stepping out of it. So I don't use my brain because thinking is violent and it's a masculine energy. The moment I stop using my brain, I unlock the true femininity within me. The only problem now is I don't know how to turn it back on. So I'm forever in a state of feminine energy. I don't make my own decisions. I just sit pretty and wait for a masculine guy to come and guide me.
I'm a Tradwife and I wear a day collar. My day collar is a daily sign of submission for us. It is where I am actively submitting to him. I'm not.
So you're out here wearing a day collar, also known as a dog collar, like it's a symbol of holiness, but be so for real, because you're basically making kink content without even realizing it. That collar, that's not modesty. That's BDSM cosplay dressed up in Bible verses. You've stolen the aesthetic of a fetish culture, stripped out the consent, and now you're parading it around like it's some God-given virtue. That's not submission. That's sanctified subjugation, and it's harmful to women. You're glamorizing female obedience like it's a fairy tale, when in reality, it reinforces power imbalances, suppresses autonomy, and romanticizes control. And if you're so submissive and obedient, why are you broadcasting your little role play online instead of, I don't know, staying quiet and invisible like the role demands? If you really believe in obedience and modesty, then maybe take your fetish off the internet where actual children might see it, because forcing your kinks on an app with children is exactly what we call grooming, or is being seen and praised part of the fantasy too. Either way, it's not virtuous, it's just veiled kink.
Okay, princess treatment woman. If I'm working the front of the house at a restaurant and a woman walks in who's emaciated, who has these huge pupils and doesn't blink, and I greet her and she doesn't make eye contact and she doesn't acknowledge that I've said anything to her, I'm calling the authorities. I'm assuming that you are a traffic victim. I'm assuming you might be strung out. And then if your husband comes in and starts doing all the talking for you and you still don't make eye contact or answer any of my questions, I'm assuming you're in a DV situation. I'm calling the authorities. Also, if you're the princess and he's the king of the castle, then you're his daughter, not his wife or partner. I understand that you live in Utah and they like to blur the lines between those things, you know, sister wife and father-daughter purity balls. But again, I'm calling the authorities. You need to acknowledge the other human beings who acknowledge you first. If your husband's masculinity is that fragile, you've got way bigger issues in life. It's not cute, and neither is your Bob.
So in the last about 48 hours on this app, I've seen one woman say she wears a day collar to represent her submission to her husband, that it's to represent something deeper than her wedding ring. And then I've seen a second woman say that she doesn't speak when she leaves the house because it lets her be in her feminine energy. It represents her submission to her husband. Yet you guys want to convince me that patriarchy is not a disease that has deeply permeated the minds of women and altered their psychology. Please.
I am at a restaurant with my husband. I do not talk to the hostess. I do not open any doors, and I do not order my own food.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's exactly how I trained her when we go to restaurants. Except I do allow her to make eye contact with the waitress, especially when she's offering her something like a bowl of water. So at least she has that politeness. I'm not sure where the training went wrong with you, but she's at least polite.
I stayed in the car. He got out of the car, told the valet I was going to run in and ask a question. I'm going to leave my car here. I sat in the car while he ran in and asked them. They said, yeah, we have space for you. And my husband said, okay, I'm going to go get my wife and then I'm going to park the car. So he comes back out, opens my car door.
Did we use the same dog trainer? I mean, I do the same thing for her when I go inside, and I make sure there's seats available for us in the patio, and she's in the car, and then I go open the door for her, and I walk her inside, and of course I open the doors for her, obviously.
I just learned about the fact that there are women who want their husbands to put collars around their necks. They're called day collars. Sometimes it's a bracelet, sometimes it's an anklet, but it signifies you being submissive to your husband. You can make the choice to do whatever you want, but I can also make the choice to say that that's really stupid and dangerous. Y'all try to change the definition of submission all the time. But then I typed in black women day collar, and there was a bunch of black women at work in a business wear, in a business casual wear. Oh.
I can't open the door. I can't talk to the hostess. I don't know how to do that. But don't take that so literally where I'm saying like you have to be dumb. I'm just saying that like you just let him have control. You let him take care of you. So that's baseline. I don't really tie my shoes. He does that for me. Like if there's any sort of like
I don't understand. This is just willfully, acting like a child. Like, you could just simply say, he's a dom, I'm a sub, this is how we get our sexual kicks. Like, the more honest, respectful thing is to say, I'm a sugar baby. Because opening a car door, buying you flowers and buying you coffee, and answering the phone when you call, that's not princess treatment. That's just like what you do when you care about somebody. I have dated men with money who are like, let me take you to Europe. Let me take you to Mexico. They'll answer the phone when I call once. I don't have to call his phone 3 times. And we're just dating. That's not a flex. Like, again, you can just say, I like to be dominated. And he likes to control me. And that's how we get turned on. And I have so much more respect for you, but this is not it. Willfully giving up your voice, your power, your ability to support yourself. Yeah. Look, I'm divorced. He wanted all that control. That wasn't gonna fly for me. So yeah, I guess, if you want to be helpless and you want to act like a child and you like being dominated, get your kicks, girl. Not trying to, but passing it off as this whole Tradwife princess treatment, that's some white lady shit.
Another question that I'm getting about princess treatment. If you go out to dinner and your husband orders you something because he is going to order for you, orders you something that you're allergic to, what do you do? Telling him that you're allergic to it or that you would prefer something else would be very emasculating, so you're not going to say anything. If you go into anaphylaxis and you have your EpiPen on you, I would not use it. I would simply die. Using an EpiPen at a restaurant is not going to look very feminine. It's going to cause a lot of attention. People are going to be looking at you. You're going to take the focus away from your husband. Really, at the end of the day, the most feminine thing that you can be is dead.
So as I was saying, if this is what you want to do, then that's fine. Honestly, you don't want to talk, you don't want to walk, you don't want to do anything. You want your husband to think for you. He decides what you eat. And that, if that's, maybe it's a role play thing. And if that's what you people love doing, then that's fine. Okay. The problem is when you put it online and normalize it like, oh, this is princess treatment. Well, to some people, it might be princess treatment. I've seen women online, somewhere last year talking about, when they are around their men, they just, click out of their brains or something like that. There was a term they were using, like they just shut their brains down. They don't have to think because they are men. Their men got it like that. They don't have to think about, bills. They don't have to think about reservations. They don't have to think. They have those type of men who do that. And it was also something that started a conversation somewhere last year. So she's not the first one to say that these things are going on. And some women are for it. Some women love the idea of having men who are in their supposed masculine energy, who don't let them think, worry about anything. They decide where they eat, what they do. So like I always say, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. That's fine. My only problem, and I will continue saying it, is people who don't know any better may see this, probably be forced to get into something like that. And that's my only issue. All right. It's good enough that it started a conversation. People are, chiming in and giving their own take so that a lot of young women who are seeing this will not think it's normal. It's not normal. Okay. Unless this is the terms of your relationship and you agree to it, then that's fine. It's between the two of you, but that's not what everybody does. A lot of women who are in this traditional roles do not do these things. Okay. They don't do it. All right. So it's not normal. You can still be in a traditional relationship and be able to order your own food. You can be in a traditional relationship and think for yourself, decide what you want to wear, and so on and so forth. It doesn't necessarily have to be this way. Okay. You can be in a traditional relationship and still be your own person. You don't have to wear a color to show that how submissive you are and so on and so forth. You don't have to do it. All right. This is what they have chosen to do. And that's what this is all about. Because things like this, they can easily move from here to there. I remember a few weeks ago, there was one of them who was also talking about there shouldn't be consent in marriages. That's because your body belongs to your partner and your partner's body belongs to you. And I said the same thing. Things like this can go all the way there very, very quickly, because some people may take advantage of it. Imagine finding a man who is probably seeing this princess treatment lady, and he comes into your life and it's like, quiet, I don't want you to talk, I want you to be seen and not heard. Maybe in the beginning you think, oh, I can shut my brain off and not have to do anything, it may seem fun, and then gradually it becomes controlling. Now you can't talk to this person, you can't go out, you can't eat this food, you can't do this. When you go out in public, you have to shut up. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped in the relationship, but now you have nowhere to go. He's decided that he's going to do everything. You stay at home. When I say sit, sit. When I say stand, stand. And the princess treatment has become a thing of a nightmare. All right. These things are not normal. And when they put it online, don't assume this is how relationships are supposed to be. Being submissive in itself, it's enough. You relinquishing everything and allowing him to be the breadwinner in the house, you not going to work, you deciding to take on the role of a housewife and cooking and cleaning and doing all that. That alone is work enough. You don't have to go and add all of this on top of it. You don't. Okay? So let's not normalize it. It's not normal. Like a lot of people are saying, it might be a fetish, and if that's it, then that's it. Okay? It is nothing normal. Princess treatment does not necessarily mean you have to sit down and not talk, stand in the lobby and keep quiet all the time and not talk and not walk and not do anything because you're a princess. Yeah, it almost feels like he wants a child and he wants you to be a child. That's how it is like to me. So what? You get into the restaurant, you want to eat, your husband has to select it. Does he ask you beforehand, or is whatever he eats, you eat too? To me, it's just crazy. But anyway, if you are going to go into things like this, please do your research very well. Don't go in there blindly because you've seen someone online marketing it or making it normal or making it seem like they are in their soft feminine energy. I'm just saying, right? A word to the wise is always enough. But hey, I'm going to leave it here. You leave your own thoughts and opinions in the comments, and I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.